Well, what we had to do, and I tell you, and this is under the direction and guidance of our dean, Nancy, the decision was made at about, what, 3, 4 o'clock on Monday afternoon when we had a Zoom meeting about how we were going to, what was going to happen. And in less than 24 hours, we went into the labs. Our purchasing agent, Mary, who's amazing, ordered some additional food, and we developed like a purchasing list. Like I've got a full purchasing list for the class, and we just started packing bags for them with things like proteins, refrigerated and produce, dry goods, and we give them recipes that are doable for them at home, but still satisfying the skills and techniques that they have to display, they have to demonstrate. And then I think another thing was, like, I polled all my students, we all did, made sure, first of all, do you have a phone? Do you have a smartphone? And they all did. We had them download the Canvas app to their phone, which will enable them to videotape their production and their recipes, and then upload it into their Canvas directly. So we could view it and grade it. So, you know, and the students are certainly more technologically savvy than I am, but it's been working out really great. And I'm grateful that we have all these tools that we can use, and that the students are so willing and excited to do this kind of stuff remotely like this. How about you guys? How's your experience been, Carolyn and Amy, Chef Amy?
It's been a challenge. It's like you said, I mean, in a way it's kind of fun, but dealing with the distractions. I mean, you all saw my son pop in and out of all the Zoom meetings we've been having, and he's pretty much in every one of my demo videos. So one thing I try to tell my students, it's like when you're doing these videos, it's like, just keep rolling with it. You have a limited amount of food. You know, if the dog barks, you know, your kid pops his head in, you know, just laugh at it, keep on rolling, and, you know, kind of make it fun. Don't stress out about it being perfect. We just want to see your technique and have that video turned in, but we don't want this to be stressful to where they're doing take after take. You know, have fun with it. You know, things happen. It's going to be very, very candid, and you can tell that from my videos. I mean,
I'm liking it as well. I think that I'm very video challenged as well. Amy and I go back and forth. What does it look like? What does it look like? But my students haven't complained at all, and it seems like we're getting at least the technique, which is very important up here. So I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
Great.
Awesome. So Chef D, you can take it away, I guess.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So let's hear from some of the students. Valerie, how do you feel about how it's all working out?
Well, I think it's worked out wonderfully. There have been no hiccups in the road. It was like you just got on board and we took off. And I'm just pleased with how things are going. And we're able to get all of our products in a timely fashion. We picked them all up. And we're just going to be cooking at home is the only difference. Yeah. I've enjoyed it.
I bet your families are going to enjoy it too, right, folks?
Always.
Absolutely.
Now, is there a cleanup crew that I missed out on? Somebody's going to come by and take care of that?
Just like at school, you all got to clean too.
Right? That's why it's important to clean as you go, right?
Yes.
Supposedly.
Let's hear from some other students too. Well, Steve, besides the cleanup, how are you liking this?
It's pretty good. Pretty good. Went and did a little shopping to buy a few things that I didn't have already in the house. And yeah, just picking up ingredients. It's not too bad. So it should be a pretty good experience once I start doing this thing. I'm sad about that cleanup thing though, but I'm gonna hire somebody to come in and tidy up.
It's unavoidable.
No volunteers here, right?
Melissa, how about you? How do you like the transition?
I think it's going pretty well. I kind of get the vibe that with cooking, it's very much a sense of work with what you got. And I think everyone's done a really wonderful job of just rolling through, and we might not have the same equipment we'd have at the school, but we are figuring out how to make do with what we have, which is probably in the long run a really important skill for us to have.
Exactly.
But I think it's been overall a very positive. I'm really grateful Chef Shay's been doing her demos live so that we can ask questions, and that's really helpful because we don't get to have her right next to us when we're actually doing the cooking part. So I do appreciate that.
That's awesome.
Do you all think it's helpful to have the videos of the recipes, have the instructional videos?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Good.
Absolutely.
Good.
Yes.
And certainly, you know, and that's why we have the skill and recipe task charts that we have, because we have to be flexible in the kind of equipment that everybody has at home. It's not always the same. The ingredients may change up a bit. As long as you understand the techniques and the skills that you have to demonstrate, you can do a saute. If you don't have pork, do chicken or fish or something, or even a vegetable, just to demonstrate that technique. And that's the important part of this in all the labs that you do. Tiffany, how do
I'd
you
like to
feel
add-
about it? Oh, I'm sorry. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, I just wanted to add one thing too, is that what I see from an academic standpoint is, you know, we're hoping that this will allow the students to even grow in skills that we may not have ordinarily really looked at. The fact that we're hoping that this makes them even a little bit more independent in the kitchen when they return. The critical thinking skills are definitely going to be there now, because now they have to think about, okay, well, I don't have this, so, you know, what do I need to do? And there's not going to be someone right there next to them to tell them. So that's going to help them with those skills. And these are skills that they're going to need in the industry when they're actually placed in job sites, as to, you know, what do I do in this instance? So I think that's.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. Tiffany, how about you?
I'm actually enjoying the class. Again, I feel as though I was the most technically challenged. However, I've learned so much other than baking and food and beverage costs. I'm really enjoying the class. I like the demonstrations that you all provide for us online. And I'm really impressed. And I do miss my class, but I must say I don't miss the traffic.
Yep.
Right. Right.